Rebecca Halliday here from readingrebels.com and Riverbend Community School. I'm here in my classroom today to talk to you a little bit about sounds, the sounds of letters. So for those of you who are just beginning your reading instruction journey, or perhaps just kind of getting into the world of the science of reading, or you've been teaching reading for a long time and realize you need to maybe tweak your skills, one of the things that's so important is how we are saying the sounds of the letters in the alphabet. So when we first start to teach reading, we teach the letters, but more importantly, we teach the sounds of the letters. What we want to really be always modeling is the proper pronunciations of the sounds. So when kids learn to read, they learn the alphabet and then the sounds. And we always want to remember that language and learning to read, is a sounds first experience. We often used to think it was letters first, but really it needs to be sounds first. That's how we learn to speak, is by mimicking sounds. Once kids master their sounds, then they start to put those sounds together to decode. Decoding is just a fancy word for reading. In order to decode those words, they must be able to blend together the sounds that they've learned. Right? They need to be able to blend those together. If the sounds aren't modeled properly, they cannot blend those sounds together. So today I'm going to go over with you the proper way to model the most common sounds of the alphabet, okay? And they're then after the alphabet, or those 26 letter sounds. Also, please know there are multiple ways to say different sounds of the alphabet. So C, for example, says k and s, and S, for example, says s and z. Yeah, like the word rose. So I'm not going to go over the less common sounds, just the most common sounds. You can refer to this as much as you want to model the really proper pronunciation, and you want to be able to make sure you're saying it in a way so children can blend those sounds properly. What happens oftentimes is we say things like b and g, and those sounds are not blendable, and that's not how you properly say the sound for B. It's not b, it's b. So that sound you're hearing after you say letters like p and t and b, that's called the schwa. I'm gonna link a video to the most fun, if you're watching this on YouTube, this super fun video that Miss Savario or something, I forget how you pronounce her name, but she has these wonderful parody videos of common pop songs on things like the schwa sound and closed syllables. She's fantastic. I'll link that below. But the schwa is the most commonly spoken sound in the English language, and it sounds like about and banana. Right? We don't say about or about, we say about, and we say banana, not banana. The schwa often gets thrown in after letter sounds like b and p and t and even k, okay? So I'm gonna show you today the proper pronunciation. And when you're teaching letter sounds to children, you wanna make sure you're enunciating very well and that they do that with you, and you can make it super fun. You can grab a mirror. So today are the most common sounds of the 26 letters of the alphabet. Let's start with A. So here, I always do motions. The other thing you can do is when you're first starting teaching letter sounds, it's so critical that kids get to see. I've got my secret stories all around my classroom. I've got phonogram cards that have the mouth pronunciation, the letter combination to make a sound, and a picture cue. Then you slowly release independence to show just the letter combination. And that's so important to support visually as you start to teach these sounds, okay, and these sound patterns. Let's just start with our alphabet today, and you can also fast forward to whatever time stamp this is and do this as the routine every day by just putting this video up for your kiddos if you want, okay? So let's do it. I'm trying to see, look at my new slide, so cute. Okay, we want to start with the letter A. The most common sound for A is ah, and it's great to do motions for your letter sounds. B says B. Clip that schwa sound, don't say B. B says B. So A is A, B is B, C is K. The most common sound for C is K. D says D. E says E, as in edge or bed. F says F. G says G. And I always do this, let's trim our mustache when we're clipping that schwa sound. And I teach them that the schwa is G. H says H. I says E. J says J. K says K. L says U. M says N says N. O says Ah. That's my octopus motion. Ah. P says P. Q says Ku. Don't say Kwa. Ku. R says not and that was a hard one for me to get out of the habit of saying It's not that's U-R or I-R or E-R. R says S is S. T is T. U is V is V. W is W. Not W, it's W. W. Y is Y. That's a tricky one. Y. It needs to continue. The sound must continue when possible, okay? X is X. The most common sound is X, which is actually two sounds, K and S. My gosh, if you're doing a sound wall, take all these sounds, go explore them on your sound wall. If you don't know anything about sound walls, look them up. They're really, really, really helpful. X says X. X, yeah. And Z says Z. All right? X, Y, Y, Y. And Z says Z. Okay, friends? So those are the most common pronunciations for the 26 letters. So if you want to go over it, if you want me to do another video where it's just like I can do a voiceover of me and a visual, absolutely, just let me know. Put it in the comments, send me a message, say, yeah, Miss Reeves, we'd love to see that with the visual provided. Happy to do it. So if you want more information about the journey of reading, or you want your child to learn in a fun, amazing environment that focuses always on the science of reading, readingrebels.com for information about tutoring and the online program, as well as full-time day school for students. That is at riverbendcommunityschool.ca. Have a great day, friends. Teach those sounds and always model them correctly. Practice saying them the right way first, and then model, model, model. Bye, pals.